These are not normal influencers. They're spiritual vampires. They are narcissists. Don't trust them. The world is going through a universal shift into a higher consciousness and awareness of the incredible power that we have as humans. But the current people that are in control, of course, are not happy about that. Which is why we see so many of these influencer types who are not at this level being propped up, brought to the previous president's White House, and given special treatment. This is not a mistake. It is by design. Welcome to another psychological deep dive. Notice how so many of the content creators that are growing the fastest on social media are victims, mentally ill, not making sense, or just plain bullies. They are a horrible representation of mental, emotional, physical, and even spiritual growth. But again, this is not an accident, I promise. My friend Zuby said it best. They want you to be godless, sexless, genderless, childless, depressed, anxious, afraid of fat, drug addicted, lonely, physical weak, mentally blah, 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 eating bugs, and dependent on the state for everything. My friend Erin and I are going to dive deep into these categories and show you exactly how you are being controlled, manipulated, and stunted by this type of mindlessness rhetoric. And they're doing it in 3 separate ways, by the way. Physically, mentally, spiritually. You are the exact person I need for this video.
So they call me the miracle maker. I see potential in people that they can't see long before they do anything about it. But getting rid of the self-doubt, getting rid of the self-limiting beliefs, that's what I love to do.
So why are the government and media fawning over obesity, right? Which is the physical part of this, while RFK is getting for wanting to take toxic trash out of our foods? Why would anybody not want us to be healthy again? Why are so many people depressed, anxious, and constantly living in fear? Why is God, or a belief in a higher power, whatever that may be, frowned upon in mainstream media? And of course by many government officials. Because it turns out it's actually quite easy to control and manipulate people when you make them believe that they are constant victims. We wouldn't be humans if we didn't have a physical body, if we didn't have a human form. And that body, like anything else, can be used for good or evil. Think of it as spiritual growth versus regression. 50 years ago, we would celebrate health, exercise, and natural remedies. While today, this is where we're at. The body positivity scam. Obesity was once a legitimate health red flag. The number of videos that glorify this on TikTok, on Instagram, under the guise of self-love and acceptance is insane. Look at this article from Forbes. Attention plus-sized athletes. Super fit hero extends their run size to 7X. Not only is this normalizing life-threatening conditions, it's celebrating disrespecting your previously healthy body if you were in fact born with a healthy body. One that literally millions of people would do anything for. And guess who's cashing in? Big pharma, junk food companies, laughing their ass all the way to the bank. Body positivity is spiritual negativity. But so many people are buying into this. It's wild. Here are some clips that have over 1 million TikTok likes. My friend Erin and I are going to react to them.
Cheesecake. Apple pie.
What is it?
Help me this.
Already? You didn't even make it 3 seconds in.
Oh my God.
Listen, we're not body shaming anybody. We're being compassionate because we want to help these people.
Zero judgment. This is with love and compassion, and we just don't want to glorify that kind of a thing, because why keep people physically sick? I mean, that's only going to lead to illness.
Let's see how much you can handle.
Decide who's going to be my next victim.
Strawberry shortcake.
We have got to love our bodies. So type "I love my body" in the comments.
Yes,
and remember, the best part of your day is you. I love you, bestie.
The sad thing is that these people probably are sweet people.
Of course.
And you have people like this last person who is probably LGBT, queer, whatever the hell. And all these little kids who don't know who they are going to be like, wow, he really loves himself. Maybe this is like the way to do it, because it's just an easy in to a community, right? You don't have community, you want to be in a community, you get involved with something like that. Activists are usually low self-esteem, low-skilled losers who just want the illusion that they have power. I would say that's fairly accurate, and thank God, or thank whatever, the higher power, the whatever. A lot of people are waking up. Changing. I'm grateful that people are waking up. I'm grateful that we have videos like this and people like my friend Erin who are doing incredible work in this field. Go and check out her course. I'll link it in the description below. If you want to be on your way to growing mentally, emotionally, and physically, she's amazing. We connected right away, probably because she's a Pisces and a sassy one at that. Do love my Pisces.
Listen, comfort and complacency are the enemy. When you're disempowered, it's almost like misery loves company, right? You want to keep as many people around you that will feel the same way. So to glorify it and to say, like, you know, it's okay to feel this way. It's all right to... No.
No, it's not.
You're stuck.
It's not about being yourself. My friend used to say it's about being your best self.
Right.
And that's a big difference.
Absolutely.
And all of these influencers love when people think they are victims because it's like, I'll love you. I'm your family now.
If you do not have a family that loves you, I'm going to be your family.
I'll take care of you. It's like, no, what you actually need to do is learn to take care of yourself. And you can do that through things like watching this channel, reading your books, doing your program. There's a number of things, but you have to do it yourself. Like, we can't do that for you.
To have your life on track, and it's personally and professionally. When you're dealing, with this part of your life, there's self-image, there's self-empowerment, and there's self-mastery. And we're going to get into this.
Sticking with the physical here, genderlessness. Abolish the binary. Sex is outdated. Why do these people care so much about making gender and sex obsolete? The answer again is control. Remember, this is all about empowerment versus victimhood.
Well, you're not a banana. No. So you're an apple. No. I'm an orange.
The Queer Marxism Project, a great follow on X, said, queer Marxists want to abolish the gender binary. The gender binary means men and women. Yes, it is a worry. Sound the alarms. They believe that these are socially constructed categories under capitalism and therefore not real.
There are only two kinds of fruits. Apples and bananas. Oh, actually, oh my word.
These types believe that capitalism is evil and communism and socialism are good. Now, the video is not about those two things. I'm not saying either one of those things is inherently good or bad. I mean, everything can be used as good or bad. What I am saying is the basis of one, which is capitalism, is empowering. I can do this myself and will benefit society, while the other, communism and socialism, is I need help, I'm a victim, and I need government to depend on. Let's see what my friend Erin has to say about that.
Society is tapping into the minds, starting with our youth, which is crazy.
Yes. Well, most woke people are young people, let's be specific.
I know.
I mean, everybody's depressed, everybody's anxious, everybody's a victim. They keep preaching this, and then they wonder why everyone's a victim, everyone's oppressed, and I don't understand. And everyone else, they call everyone else racist, everyone else is a bigot, everyone else is transphobic and homophobic.
Right.
Most people are not, honestly. The mental victims. Let's dive into the second way they're doing this, mentally. Tandy said on X, when I reflect back to the time when I was left-leaning when compared to my circle, I was noticeably unhappy. To be clear, I was never close to being what is considered left these days, but I wonder if the rise in depression coincides with the larger population going left. Remember what Zuby said at the beginning of the video. They want us to be all of these things for this reason. Divide and conquer, keep the people down and controlled.
When we're kids, from birth to 8 years old, we're just an open funnel for the subconscious mind. We take in everything as truth. Your teachers, your parents, your family, your place of worship, whatever they say to you, it's not much conscious going on. It's being dumped in, whether it's good or bad, it's being dumped in as truth. So then in schools and society and the TV and everything else, subliminally, these kids are being taught that a certain way is the normal way and everybody else is bad.
The government and media pushing this narrative.
If you watch the media, you would think it's like the majority of the world is this way. And it's not. It's a small percentage, but they're constantly feeding it to you because they want to control you. They want to hijack your mind.
We're the only ones that can trust the government, trust the media.
Trust yourself.
That's what they say, right?
At this part of your life, there's self-image, there's self-empowerment, and there's self-mastery.
Yeah.
And we've been in a mindset like this at one point in our lives, whether it's financial, a divorce, I had cancer, there's so many different times in life where we feel thrown back on our heels and disempowered. But there's the victim journey and then there's the hero's journey. And we want to see you get on the hero's journey because right now it just looks like it's all victim and it's okay to be the victim and let's all be the victim together.
Oh, they love it.
That's not okay.
They love it because it's the easy way out. Think about it like
Not
your
good
parents.
enough.
Think about it like your parents. When they're stuck in their ways and then you teach them something else, they don't want to believe that that's a new way to do it because they've been doing it for so long the wrong way.
Right.
Think about it that way, but it's actually happening internally.
I don't want to see influencers glorifying this, it's almost like fantasizing.
Yeah.
Let's make this normal. Let's make
That's
this
exactly
okay.
what they do.
But it's not okay. They don't want you to have a strong self-image. They want to break that down so that you don't feel good about yourself and you're not good enough. They want you in chaos. They don't want you in clarity.
Because they want us on a lower frequency, right? You want to be on a higher frequency. You want to be around people that lift you up. Can you explain what frequency is to people that don't understand what we're talking about? Because I feel like we're making sense to us.
Yes.
Which is why they should take your course, by the way. Like, this is like, it's like an entry level and then going to the mastery. But my friend Blair White and I say we're on the authenticity frequency.
Everything vibrates, right? Like as human beings, we vibrate. Objects vibrate. Everything. Nikola Tesla talked about energy, vibration, and frequency.
When you look at things under a microscope, nothing in this world is solid.
Some things are high vibration, some things are lower vibration, depending on whatever it is. Based on how we're vibrating, we give up a certain frequency. And the Beatles, the Monkees, they sang about, Marky Mark sings about good vibration. So you want to have a good vibration, which is a high vibration. And then a high vibration gives off a great frequency. Then you're attracted to the people, place, and things that are at that same frequency because like attracts like.
Trans joy is resistance. Brown joy is resistance. Every single time you get up in your marginalized body and have the audacity to pursue your pleasure, to pursue your freedom, to pursue your authentic self, to pursue the elevation and veneration of your ancestors, to pursue your rights as a human being, that's a revolutionary act.
The victim.
It's the victim mentality.
It's the victim warrior.
Yeah.
There's a way, like with me with cancer, when I was like, I'm not going to die. That was the warrior. That was the hero's journey warrior. What I'm looking at right now is the victim warrior, and wanting to enroll people into her victim mentality.
You're coming at it from an angle where you believe right away that you're lower than, instead of that we're all here on the same level. The first thing they see is you're oppressed. You're oppressed, you're oppressed, you're oppressed, raise up. Instead of you're equal, raise up.
And I don't hear anything about self-empowerment.
None of it.
I don't hear anything about that. I hear about you owe me. You better stop doing that to me. You. And when you're pointing your finger at somebody else, you're not taking accountability for your results.
Give them an example. What are 3 things that's considered low vibrational energy? So worry, outside external validation, believing what other people tell you to believe. What are higher vibration frequencies or ways of being?
When you get to love, joy, and inner peace, we're supposed to be here in a vibration of joy, enlightenment, and of course, authenticity and all this other stuff.
She said, true love is not self-centered, it's self-aligned. I was like, ooh!
That's right.
It's not self-centered, it's self-aligned.
With the higher self.
Unbelievable. The humble awareness that you are alive, that you belong, and that love is a frequency you can choose to live in.
Yes. And it's amazing.
Boom.
And it's amazing.
How does this all tie into spiritual practices?
Because when we get to that point, and again, we've all been pinched off, right? From our spiritual self, a spiritual connection to I call it God, higher power, whatever you want to call it, source, the universe, Mother Earth, whatever you want to call it. When we pinch ourselves off, then we become complacent and we're unhappy. We don't know why, but we want to feel good about our unhappiness. We want to make it normal. And then we surround ourselves spiritually based on how we're thinking, what we're speaking, and how we're acting. We will attract to us through the spiritual law of vibration and attraction, the people, places, and things that will keep you stuck there.
And it's a never-ending cycle.
You got to have a strong self-image. You got to have the self-empowerment, and you got to have the self-mastery. And to learn how to do that, you got to turn inward. You got to go inward because the external, the 3D, is not going to be there for you for that. That's an inner job. The 3D is just going to have you look to that for validation. And you're looking for validation. With these videos, they're looking for validation all day long. You don't want to look to the 3D, to other people, place, and things for validation. You want to just look inside yourself. Break away the self-limiting beliefs, the self-doubt. That's what this course is all about. And I have a waiting list for the one-to-one. So anybody that goes through my course, they have priority for the one-to-one down the line. It's a 6-month course. So you can go to lifeontrackcourse.com. That's lifeontrackcourse.com. And it is your best next step. And that's what intuition is.
We talked about a lot. Trust me, I know. Erin breaks it down in her course. Go and check it out. I'll have it in the link in the description below. Go follow her on Instagram because I'm sure we're going to be doing a lot more collabs together.
I'm going to be here on Facebook. Go to Facebook.
Yeah, I put all the links in the description below, and I'm going to be here the whole summer, so I'm sure we're going to be doing stuff together. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm going to post 2 videos next week, so make sure to subscribe so you're the first to see them. Other than that, I will see you guys back here in a few days with a brand new video. Until then, I love you. Love yourselves. I say that for a reason. Keep calling out the bullshit. Also say that. I keep saying that for a reason.